a good feeling atmosphere. We love it.
And I'm really proud that Africa won. I am going to the moon.
See the support from my brothers and my sisters of the Rainbow Nation. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic they are.
A very good morning to you as we come to you live from Birmingham. This was the scene yesterday outside of the Absa Red Bus, a partner of Barclays, which is parked at the Birmingham Fan Park. A very good morning to you. Great to be in your company after such a brilliant win for the Springboks in front of a crowd of 39,500 people at Villa Park, South Africa, put in a performance that each and every South African can be proud of, and certainly many people enjoying not only here in Birmingham and at the stadium, but also those Springbok supporters around the world. I know that Lebo and Sam started the show in great spirits, and truly that is how everybody was feeling. And it is this great vibe that we bring you this morning show live from Birmingham. Let's bring you up to speed before we get into the nitty-gritty of what happened in the Springbok match against Samoa and Pool B. Let's bring you up to speed with what else has been happening at the World Cup. Scotland flanker John Hardy has been ruled out of the Rugby World Cup Pool B match against the United States, which takes place in Leeds later today due to a head injury. He didn't pass all of the concussion tests. Then Tonga bemoan World Rugby funding. Tonga Rugby chairman Epi Taone has accused World Rugby of being out-of-touch colonialists and told the governing body to give the Pacific Island nations the same money and voting rights as the sports elites. This follows the fact that they opened up with a upset when they were defeated by Georgia 17-10. And here's just a recap of all of the results yesterday. Italy just squeaking past Canada 23-18. The massive victory for South Africa by 40 points over Samoa. Samoa not being able to score a single point in the second half. And then it was a huge UK derby. The Welsh have called it their biggest victory ever over England. I mean, I think it was the biggest victory ever in rugby globally. Them beating England 28-25, and that actually could be a Pool A decider. Inside our studio here on the Absa Red Bus, I'm joined by my colleague Mac Messina. He was singing, and so was I yesterday. It was an absolutely brilliant victory. Good morning to you, Mac.
Morning, Veli. Are you well?
I'm absolutely brilliant, and isn't it amazing the kind of injection of energy that not only we got in covering the Rugby World Cup, but all the South African supporters seem to have gotten that we came across after yesterday's performance. And it was more about a performance rather than just the result.
Well, yesterday, I mean, me and you were just chatting about the performance of the team. But then again, if you look at the people that were here, it felt as if we were at home. It felt as if we were in Bloemfontein in Cape Town. It's just the amount of people that were here there just supporting their team.
Yeah, and I mean, this fan park was full. They told us that this place is going to pick up, and we've seen it on a couple of quiet days, but yesterday it was just singing South Africans. It was brilliant, brilliant, brilliant to see here in Birmingham. Let's speak a little bit about the South African performance. I want to start with Andre Pollard. He kicked 4 penalties. I mean, we haven't seen so many Rugby World Cup points and since Yanni de Beer. I mean, he had an absolutely brilliant game. Yeah,
just first things first, if you're looking at the whole team, the way they've just handled themselves, I think it was very good. For the main factor that they bounced very strongly, just making sure that they do come back and eventually just scoring about 6 tries. I think it was very good. They were done and out. I think their turnaround time was great. The stats just explains everything. 6 tries, and then if you're looking at, the penalties that they've conceded, perhaps maybe that's the issue that we really need to address, because they've conceded about 15 penalties, for the day, and if you're looking at the other opposition, they've conceded 10 or 12. So I think it's very too high there. But then, however, I think the way it's just been done, first of all, let's just look at the scrums. The scrums, personally, you know, I really felt that we were a little bit under pressure in the first half.
Yeah.
But then again, in the second half, when, you know, some subs players just came in there, you could see that now the guys are really just stayed in, just all that stuff. Credit to the senior players who I really thought that they've done very well. When you're looking at Victor Matfield, I think he's done very well yesterday. He did what he was supposed to do. He had to go out there and make sure that he do steal some balls, which is exactly that you know, South African just needed as well. If you're looking at Pollard, I really think that Pollard did very well. However, you know what? If we look at the stats as well, he missed about 3, you know, kickable goals conversion, which I really think that if we're playing against, you know, a top team, we're gonna need those points, because I mean 2-3 points or even 1 point in rugby, it's very, very, very important.
It certainly is. Will be punished for those little mistakes against a bigger nation, and that's obviously what we need to keep our eye on. If we're going to continue to progress in this tournament, we need to keep improving, and we can't be doing those schoolboy errors. You mentioned the fact that the veteran players actually stepped up to the plate. You know, JP Peterson hasn't scored a Rugby World Cup try in 2011, so that hat-trick yesterday were the first tries that he scored for the Springbok team since 2007.
Yeah, I think it was a very big night for him. He was proving his point as well. I mean, there's been a whole lot of big critics as well at home, just people thinking that he might be over the hill. But then again, I think he just came back very strong in making sure that he does what he's supposed to do. But then again, with all the inside players, you know, the Fluffs and number 10, Damon Delinda, who I really thought that he was awesome. I'm not too sure why he was taken off. So let's hope it was an injury, because he was probably one of the players that did so well, and all of a sudden he was sub. So although, you know, the guys did very well just by winning, there's quite a few things that we just need to address, because some other changes as well, we're not too sure why it was happening. But then again, I think at the end of the day, just an overall play, it was so good. The big thing now is that we cannot just rely on this, because there's still a whole lot of games that are coming that we've got to make sure that we pin everyone down and win the games.
All right, Mac, there is so much to discuss. I mean, Captain John de Villiers, it looks like his Rugby World Cup may actually be over. And will our two young centres, Damian de Allende and Jesse Creel, be able to carry that centre throughout the rest of the games that we're going to have to get to if we are to go all the way to the final? I mean, that's a major talking point, and one that I hope to discuss with you a little bit later on. We will be bringing you 2 matches on SABC 2. Of course, the other Pool B match is going to be the USA up against Scotland. We're going to be bringing you that match on SABC 2. You'll be able to catch it on your television screens from 3 p.m. And we're also going to be bringing to you live the Ireland versus Romania match. Let's continue with our broadcast here from the ABSA Red Bus, a partner of Barclays, and we're in Birmingham. Now, one of the Birmingham residents, and they like to call themselves Berms, she said to me that Berms are self-effacing people. We don't really shout and scream about our achievements. But one thing that they are very, very proud of here is a local business that was made world famous by 2 brothers, local brothers from Birmingham. They are George and Richard Cadbury, the men behind the confectionery empire that really took over the world, and it's celebrated at Cadbury's World. Their father John and his brother had initial success making chocolate and selling tea and coffee. But it was John's sons, George and Richard, who shifted the sole focus to making chocolate and creating the village of Bourneville to ease production challenges and create good working conditions for employees. 137 years on, and the vision of these 2 pioneers is remembered at the original site of the factory, which is still producing the famous milk chocolate today. 14 different activity centres is a treat, from walking down memory lane as well as the popular chocolatier demonstration.
A long time ago, not many people could afford chocolate, so it was made by hand. They were only consumed by a few people. Now millions want chocolate all over the world, so that's why there's machines now. But we still make handmade chocolate in Cadbury World, selected handmade chocolate. So we still decorate handmade chocolate like this. So this one over here. Then let's turn it around that way.
Other way?
Yeah, you should be able to sleeve it. Can you do it? No. There we go.
Yeah.
It's like an ice cream cone. You can make it whatever way you like. And then any ingredients you like, any ingredients you like, put inside the chocolate.
What's wrong?
We haven't put our gloves on, you see. You need to put gloves on, otherwise we'll be tempted to eat the chocolate, you see. And then, any ingredients you like, and then it's some lucky person's job all day long to fill the fillings in. So what they used to do is this all day long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's a treat, quite literally. Absolutely brilliant fun from Birmingham as we continue to broadcast from our ABSA Red Bus, a partner of Barclays. The Springboks have been in camp in the week prior to the great victory over Samoa, the 46-6 victory that all Springbok supporters enjoyed yesterday. They were in camp at the University of Birmingham. I'm now joined by the Director of Sport, Zena Woolridge. Thank you very much for chatting to Morning Live. Good to have the Springboks there. I mean, the weather was brilliant. All the shots that we kept on seeing from the camp was bright sunshine, and it certainly paid off yesterday.
It certainly did, yeah. We hope we did make a contribution. Yeah, the pitch was fantastic. The weather's been great for them here, so we did hope that it might turn around the result that they had last week. So, and it's proved to be the case. So if we could have made a small contribution to that, we'll be really happy.
It seems as if sport is a rather important asset at the university.
Yes, I mean, sport's always been a really important part of campus life. The university recognises that, and we're fortunate to have really good facilities and fantastic staff. And I think that's what makes us an attraction in terms of being an ideal camp.
Why, because of the kind of support that we've seen the Rugby World Cup get you, why do you think that they only got 2 Rugby World Cup matches?
In Birmingham?
Yes.
I probably can't answer that question.
Yeah, okay. But there seems to be a great culture of sport here.
There is a great culture of sport within Birmingham, and it has been for a very long time, and therefore it attracts a lot of international sporting events, particularly in areas such as athletics. So I think that probably made us an obvious candidate for a camp.
You guys also, of course, were the place where the Jamaicans were stationed prior to their gold rush in London 2012.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's an experience that we will always remember. And they were fantastic to work with. And yeah, we hope we made a small contribution. But that was a really, really exciting time for us on campus, and also for Birmingham to have not just the Jamaicans but the USA team here as well.
Oh wow, okay. So I hope that you tell all of your other director of sport that the Springboks may be coming across in England, if they could please also just give them a little bit of magic dust. Yeah. So, and some luck for the rest of the tournament.
Well, I think we might be adopting the South Africans, because I'm not sure whether the home team may still be in at that stage. They've still got a lot of work to do after yesterday evening's result. So.
Thank you very much, Zena. I appreciate your time in coming in so early for us.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's Zena Woolridge. She is the Director of Sport at the University of Birmingham. Now, one thing that really struck out at us when we were here in Birmingham were these beautiful little owls that have been dotted around the city. It is a place that not only celebrates sports, but also art. The 89 owl sculptures are dotted around the city and range from cartoon owls, jeweled owls, and those inspired from sites from around the world. Don't forget those that celebrate the city's famous sons and daughters, including Ozzy Osbourne. Great fun for a great cause. All right, that is what Brighton and the fan park in Brighton. I see the light busy coming up. It's at Birmingham, of course, where we're broadcasting live. And as you can see, the sun is starting to rise over the fan park here in Birmingham. And we are broadcasting from our ABSA Red Bus. Early on, we chatted to the Director of Sport at the University of Birmingham. And there is a South African connection to the university, and that's in the student, Bernadette Berger. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, so how long have you been here, and how are you enjoying your time in the city?
It's been a week and it's absolutely lovely. I actually took the bus yesterday all by myself into the city centre to the Bullring, and it was crazy. And I was telling my flatmates about every 20th person I saw was wearing a South African jersey. and it was just very special, and like I can feel the connection to home actually.
You haven't been gone away from home or living in the city for very, very long, but I mean, it felt as if South Africa was right here in Birmingham.
I can't agree with you like anymore. I actually think I have to go maybe sneak a little sneak peek at their practicing. But yeah, I mean, we were watching the game in the flat yesterday, and even though my flatmates aren't South African, they were backing me 100%, and that's the reason my voice is so hoarse, because I've been shouting at the shouting at the laptop. But it was, yeah, it's been great so far.
Oh man, and as a South African living in Birmingham, are you quite excited about the prospects? Obviously you haven't been living here for too long, but are you quite excited about the prospects of studying here, and also at the University of Birmingham, where it seems as if sport is one of their main focus areas?
Yes. I'm very excited. I mean, it's a great opportunity, and I'm very, very blessed to be able to study at a world-class university. And I mean, the campus is amazing, and the facilities are beautiful, and I mean, it's an adventure.
Well, we wish you all the best of luck with that. Bernadette Berger is one of the students at the University of Birmingham. That's how we conclude our live broadcast for this morning from Birmingham. Tomorrow we'll still be in this wonderful diversity, bringing you another live broadcast. Stay tuned to Morning Live. We're back after the break.